welcome you to coverage of the very first ever Budweiser All-Star Series Best of the Best Challenge. Here, it's the best of the first ever season of the Budweiser All-Star Series. They come to life here. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway. I'm your head commentator, Nicholas Koskinen with Prodigy Racing Network. Well, clearly we made a bit of a mistake there, but there's the tag that we needed to see. We welcome you to this amazing racetrack of, this is the mecca of stock car racing in America. It's the Daytona International Speedway. You already saw the temperature presented by AccuWeather. So we're not going to waste too much time with that. Let's take a look at your starting grid, presented by none other than Xfinity, the official timing partner of the Budweiser All-Star Series. As you can see, these guys have the same exact paint scheme, except for Ryan Hill, who is wearing your champion paint scheme, a special one. He'll be easy to spot in the field. But without further ado, let's take a look at your starting lineup. Darren Claw will be starting on pole today, the vice champion for Season 1 in his number 7 Toyota. He'll be starting alongside Ryan App, the winner at New Hampshire, came second in Talladega. That's the reason why he's here today. And while we are here, I should probably let you know the criteria for making it into this race. You have to have had a race win, started on pole, got the fastest lap, or led the most laps throughout the course of the season, which everybody here has done at least one of those. Mostly race winners, though. But we'll get to the exception here in just a little bit. But he's actually right here. Ryan Hill, your champion by a large margin, deserves to be here. The All-Star race, number 18 gold car for the champion. He'll be starting alongside Travis Creighton, who got in based off of a fastest time that he set in Chicagoland earlier this season. After that is Tracy Bennett, had 3 wins in a row toward the end of the season. Missed out on a win in North Wilkesboro, unfortunately, but he'll be starting in 5th place here today alongside the winner at Colorado, Jordan McClure, who has also gotten a couple of fastest lap awards. After that is Chicagoland winner Sheldon Gatineau, came very close to getting another win in Oswego. Or, not Oswego, sorry. I think it was either Oswego or in North Wilkesboro. Either way, he was close to getting his second win. He'll be starting alongside Alex McCumber, who got a couple of fastest laps this season. Greg Ramirez got his sole victory at day 2 of the Richmond Budweiser Stock Car Festival. He'll be starting alongside the 4 of Rick Taylor, who got pole position at Texas Motor Speedway. After that is Indianapolis Raceway Park winner Miranda Nagayan, who also started on pole at this exact same track. She started on pole for the Modal Breaks 300 to start the season. She would finish toward the mid-pack. She'll be starting next to Brian Cox, who's had a handful of fastest laps throughout the course of the season, and by far one of the most underrated drivers in the Season 1 field. And he'll be starting out toward the 12th position here today. In 13th will be the 19 of Paul Rivera. Had a couple wins this season, including his first one at Kern County Raceway Park in Bakersfield. Kind of tapered off throughout the course of the season, but still finished within the top 5 in the season standings. He starts next to Drew Foster, who is only here because of a pole position that he got in day 1 of the Budweiser Stock Car Festival in Richmond. He's there based off that pole position, and he rounds out our starting lineup for today's race. Well, it's a beautiful racetrack. There is no doubting that. Daytona Motor Speedway is the mecca of stock car racing in America. And today it hosts the Budweiser All-Star Series. It's time for the Budweiser Best of the Best Challenge from Daytona, Florida. And hearing the roar of the engines here in Daytona. In a couple weeks' time, we'll be seeing This fall, we'll be hearing those engines roar. 30 cars in the pack for, or over 30 cars rather, for the pack this season in the Budweiser All-Star Series. But for now, it starts right here in Daytona for the Budweiser All-Star Series version of the All-Star race. It's the Pro Bowl. It's the NBA All-Star game. It's the MLB All-Star game. It's the MLS All-Star game in stock car form. It's the Budweiser Best of the Best Challenge, the All-Star race from Daytona. And it'll be very interesting indeed to see how these drivers pan out in this race. The prize at stake, $250,000 on the line for the drivers. They may spend that how they wish. Although we're not gonna say that there's taxes, because that would just ruin the magic. Well, here they come off of turn 4. It's time for the pace car to make that sharp left turn here at the daytime here in Daytona. For some of these drivers, it's going to be their last ride in the Budweiser All-Star Series. Travis Creighton and Rick Taylor trying to attract some last-minute attention before the season starts. Coming off the tri-oval here through the Geico restart zone. Green flag in the air. It's the Budweiser Best of the Best Challenge from Daytona. And it's Darren Claw, no big surprise there, out in the lead. Here comes your champion, Ryan Hill, on the bottom, leading that bottom pack. Ryan App going to drive down to the bottom side of the track, trying to make a block on the 18 of Ryan Hill. Tracy Bennett down there on the bottom as well. 30 laps to determine who will win $250,000. And it's Ryan Apt, still there on the bottom with Darren Claw up on the top side. They're still keeping it relatively close here. About 175 miles an hour. They're just now getting up to speed. Keep that in mind. You'll be seeing a couple pit stops throughout the course of today's race. And the blistering sun here in Daytona. It's Florida, after all. You'll probably be seeing some tire wear come into the equation here for this race. And another side note, this will be the last showing of the Ford Fusion. The sole Ford in the pack, Jordan McClure. My bad, sorry. Jordan McClure driving the Ford Fusion. Next season, the Fords will all be Mustangs. So you'll be seeing the Ford Mustang being driven in Season 2 of the Budweiser All-Star Series in September. And it should be a very entertaining race. Almost 3 wide here as they come down through the tri-oval. It's going to be Darren Claw, Sheldon Gatineau, and Tracy Bennett. 3x3. Gatineau leads us to the line here to end lap number 2. A lot at stake here. If you throw a cash prize in front of these guys, they're going to go chasing after it like wild dogs. It's just going to be incredible to watch how these guys race. Now, these cars are spec-built by the Budweiser All-Star Series. The teams do not have any input in this other than the manufacturer car bodies. That's pretty much all. So this is a spec race by all means. But it seems like the Toyotas are the ones dominating. Toyota was the most dominant manufacturer during the course of the season. Obviously, the entire top 5 pretty much being Toyotas. Most of the wins, as you can see here, came from Toyotas. Specifically, all 4 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas are in this All-Star race. So that's Miranda Nagayan, Greg Ramirez, Paul Rivera, and champion Ryan Hill, who is all the way in the back. Must be saving his energy or something. Must be saving the tires. You're on board with Ryan Hill. Remember, Ryan Hill is your defending champion for Season 1. And he'll have a lot of pressure heading into the next season. But we're going to have 3 wide toward the back here. Ryan Hill is all the way back in last place. He's got about a good half a second gap between him and the leader. But here he is down on the bottom, getting the draft off what looks like the 77 of Travis Creighton. Tracy Bennett, the vice champion, is in the back now in that number 48 Chevrolet. We got a little bit of contact up toward the front here. It's going to be, oh, that's Rick Taylor now trying to get off the back of Ryan App, the New Hampshire winner. Ryan App, the way he won his maiden race is the stuff of legends. The guy had a bit of a sluggish start to the race. And then on the final lap, the guy that he's battling the guy that he was battling at the start of the race, Darren Claw, got wrecked by another guy that's in this all-star race, Drew Foster, ended up wrecking him. And it ended up costing the 7 the race. He still finished in second place. However, it still cost him the win, and Ryan Apt won the race from the pole. So he is here based off of that pole position and because of that race win. Ryan Apt did not see much success other than that. He did finish in the top 10 consistently, though, but he never got back in the top 3 after that race. He also, not to mention, had that nail-biter of a finish at Talladega against Ryan Hill. They finished within mere milliseconds of each other, and it was the closest finish of the first season. Right now, you're seeing Jordan McClure on the top side here as he's trying to get up to the front. Travis Creighton in the lead, followed by Ryan Hill. Ryan Hill getting the draft from Ryan App, the Ryan and Ryan show here at Daytona. As we're coming close to the first third of the race being completed. Ryan Hill, your season champion, currently out in front. And Tracy Bennett getting a little bit squirrely there with Brian Cox. So you can see that number 48 car is still there, the 33 behind him. Ryan Hill, still your leader here. Darren Claw and Ryan Hill have been rivals throughout the course of the season in the championship. Darren Claw finished over 120 points behind Ryan Hill in the standings. Claw had 3 wins. Those came at those came at Daytona, among a couple of other races, including actually both Nashville races. He swept the Nashville races, which is a pretty incredible there. He got both wins at Nashville in the Daytona win. So those were his 3 wins. Ryan Hill got 4 wins throughout the course of the season. So that was also pretty impressive by the 17-year-old. Going to be 18 when we head into that second season. Ryan Hill still there, back into second place right now, but he's there side by side with Tracy Bennett. Now it's just going to make me wonder, does that bottom side still have the advantage over the top side? Darren Claw, if he makes a late move here, he's going to be wrecked. So you don't want to make those moves too late, but you also don't want to make them too early. You got to really time your moves here at Daytona and in Talladega for that matter. And Atlanta now. Now that Atlanta's a super speedway too, and you got to also time your moves there. One slip up and the entire field is going to be in the hospital. Darren Claw moving to the top side. Here comes another Toyota. I think that is Sheldon Gatineau, the Chicagoland winner. He's going to be moving up into the top, or he's going to be moving up into the top position now. The Canadian coming out of Mississauga. And now here on the bottom, here comes Greg Ramirez, the second Richmond race winner. And here comes Miranda Nagayan in the 11, the Indianapolis winner. And here she comes on the bottom. Coming in through the tri-oval. Miranda Nagayan side by side, and she is going to be scored 3/100th of a second at the line to Greg Ramirez. And now Nagayan has the lead a little bit more considerably now, but here comes her Joe Gibbs teammate. Take a look at Miranda Nagayan from our spectator view presented by Geico. And look at these cars, the way that they're racing each other. Ryan Hill at the back again. And we got 20 laps to go, so they're going to have to make a move eventually. We got our first bout of pit stops. So I wonder if these guys are not trying to stretch out their fuel run here toward the end of the race. It'll be very interesting to see how that all pans out. But Rick Taylor is your new leader here in Daytona. Ryan App just got a massive burst of speed. And there goes the 7. Getting a push from the 33 of Brian Cox. That top side has no help. There's 6 cars on the bottom and 4 on the top. So let's see who pits here. That entire bottom side is going to come in. That top side is going to stay out. So it looks like your new leader will be... Well, sorry, Rick Taylor is going to remain the leader. Miranda Nagayan and Paul Rivera will stay out as well. Miranda Nagayan's had some very questionable decisions when it came to her pit stops this season. So wonder if that's going to hurt her or help her in the long run. Nagayan with no help on the bottom. She's got the 19 of Rivera to her top side. Now they're finally coming into for their stop. And then here comes that group that just came in. They're now coming off turn 4, or sorry, they're now just coming onto the back straightaway. So I wonder how this is going to really splice things up, considering the fact that Rick Taylor and the gang just now entered pit road. And it looks like Rivera and Taylor are going to be racing out of pit road. It's going to be side by side. Coming to the line. Taylor is the first one out of pit road, followed by Rivera and then Nagayan. Now here comes that original lead pack. Darren Claw currently in the lead now with... Sorry, not Darren Claw. I think that's... Hold on, Sheldon. No, not Sheldon Gatno. What is Rivera doing up in the pack? Almost caused a massive accident. So kind of a bit of a brainless maneuver there by the Kern County winner. 3 wide for the lead. This is not going to end well. Ryan App losing speed as he remains on the top side here. I'm kind of getting a little bit nervous now as these drivers are kind of making decisions that they probably shouldn't be making. Ryan Hill, you can see that gold car back there, your season champion. Trying to utilize the draft off the set. I think that's Tracy Bennett. Sorry, I thought that was Travis Creighton in the 77. He was scored 6th place when they crossed the line. There he is right there. Fighting for 3rd, maybe even 2nd right now. Creighton will not be in the series next season. He has not been able to nab a ride, despite the fact he was the best driver out of that entire Potter Racing armada. So I don't know what's up with that 77, or why Creighton will not be in the 7. Well, the team's collapsing, that's why. But he won't be in a ride next season for another team, which is kind of a shame because the guy has worked so hard. He's clearly the best. He's clearly the best out of his teammates. not really how you race against others. It's how you race against your teammates. That's how motorsport is. But unfortunately, he's just not been able to get the... I guess they just not... Nobody has the confidence to sign him. So they pretty much all group back up. It's 3x3 toward the 4th place spot. About to go 4x4. Which one of them's going to make the jump? If Brian Cox wins this race, so help me God, we're going to have issues. Brian Cox has come so close. Sorry. All season. And now... He's come close all season, and now he's just kind of tapered off. If he does win this race, though, I guess the only time he wins, it's not going to matter at the end of the day. But he will be in that 33 car. He will be in that 33 car next season. Paul Menard Racing is switching from Chevy to Ford. He will be in the 33. He will have a rookie teammate in Chase Sawyer. He'll be replacing James Garcia in the 27. So that'll be interesting to see. Here they are down on the bottom. Greg Ramirez trying to make a move. He's got a little bit of time to work with here, but not much. He's going to... Oh, there he is. Now he's going to use that massive push. Using a push from the Chevrolet behind him. I think that's Tracy Benton up. That is Ryan Apt, the winner from New Hampshire. And here they are coming off into the tri-oval. Ryan Hill has been stuck back there. I wonder if he knows something we don't know, because he's just been back there all day, and it just feels like he's just waiting for something. Jordan McClure currently in the 2nd place right now. And Ryan Hill's on that bottom side. Ooh, a little bit squirrely toward the front here. Jordan McClure, Ryan Apt, and the gang there is getting a little bit loose off of turn 3. Now they're about to head into turn 4 into the entrance of the tri-oval. Coming into the Geico restart zone side by side, Jordan McClure leads that lap. I think that is the first lap he's led today. McClure versus Apt, and who is that slow? Of course, it's Miranda Nagayan. Who else would it be? Nagayan will be driving the 8 car for MPH Motorsports. She'll be driving alongside Jesus Gonzalez and Darren Claw as teammates. Hopefully we'll be in a better situation when she does move to that 8 car. Darren Claw, the winner at Daytona, could have swept the super speedway races, but unfortunately was involved in an accident in Talladega. Could have had 4 wins on the season had it not been for that Talladega finish. Actually, probably would have been your season champion had he had a couple better finishes, but 10 laps to go here in Daytona, about to make it 9, as it is now Darren Claw, Travis Creighton, and Tracy Bennett, currently your top 3 here in the Budweiser Best of the Best Challenge. The prize on the line, $250,000 for the race winner. $100,000 for second, $50,000 for third. Nobody's going to be walking away empty-handed today, however. They will get some kind of sum. As it will be 45, or sorry, it'll be 25,000 on down for the rest of the field. Ryan Hill, your champion, to the lead. I guess I might have been correct. He was just hanging back in the back trying to kind of scout out what everyone was going to do. Real mark of a champion there. Knows exactly what move he's going to make and when he's going to do it. But he has lost first. Moving up to the top side, getting beat out by, I think that is Rick Taylor in the 4. And who's that diving to the bottom? I think that is Ryan Apt. In the number 47, race for Conway Racing. We'll be switching. Oh, shoot. No, that's actually, sorry, that is Drew Foster. Foster will not be in that car. He'll be driving part-time for one of the new teams coming into the sport next season. He'll be actually driving his first race, will be at Daytona. He will only be driving at Daytona and Talladega as per his contract with the team. But he will be racing in some capacity next season. Ryan Apt, on the other hand, will be moving out of that 45 car and switching rides with Drew Foster. He'll be in the 47 for Season 2. His last ride with Conway Racing before he is replaced by one of the rookies. Kind of like in Cars. Or Cars 3, rather. One of the veterans getting replaced by a rookie. Happens all the time. Ryan Hill has dropped back significantly. The pit stops are coming up. We got Rick Taylor moving to the very top side to block the 18. Wonder if that is sound advice there. This is going to be interesting to see how everybody handles themselves heading into the pit lane. That is Greg Ramirez, Sheldon Gatineau, Darren Claw, and Travis Creighton making their stop. And a couple of these guys are going to try and stretch their fuel run just a little bit. We do have 6 laps to go here in Daytona. But I don't think it's very wise for these guys to... But I'm not behind the wheel of the car, so I'm not a crew chief. I'm not a driver. I'm not the one making these decisions here. So who knows? Maybe they know something that I don't know. NASCAR drivers do this all the time. They try and stretch their fuel run, try and stretch their tire run, but you can only do that for so long. And here they are coming down in the pit lane, and Rick Taylor, or either Rick Taylor or Tracy Bennett. Sorry, no, that is Brian Cox. Staying out. He's the only one staying out. So this is going to be interesting. The final stop of the race. Let's see what they do. Who's going to come out first? It is going to be Rick Taylor, so he has a very realistic chance to win this race now. He had a chance to win in Texas, unfortunately was not able to capitalize on it. We got Miranda Nagayan coming into pit road. Brian Cox will be diving down into pit lane. Probably could have lapped the field on that one. Nagayan going to get 4 tires and probably a splash of fuel. There's 5 laps to go, so not really... You don't really need to do a bold pit strategy here. You just got to get a couple tires and enough fuel to get you to the end of the race, really. 3 wide toward the center of the pack. That is Travis Creighton, Darren Claw, and Tracy Bennett being very aggressive. And this all-star race is proven to be a good one. 4 laps to go. Now, will Brian Cox survive? As he is hopefully not going to LePage the field here. Remember what Kevin LePage did in the 2006 nationwide race at Talladega? Just coming out of pit road and he took out the entire field while he was at it. Well, was that nationwide or was that ARCA? I can't quite remember. Brian Cox in second, passed by the 19 of Paul Rivera, the winner at Kern County. Does not have multiple victories, unfortunately. Ryan Hill all the way toward the back, and I wonder if he's going to be able to get the draft and be able to get to the front, but Travis Creighton is going to get past that 18 car. Now, Daytona is pretty special in that these drivers may be able to catch up in the next lap or so, but we'll be watching this front pack. Brian Cox getting a push by Rick Taylor. He's going to go right on past the 19 of Paul Rivera. Moving to the middle side, trying to defend. He's got first. Cox trying to win here in Daytona. He had an opportunity, but was taken out by Dennis Key, of all people. Two laps to go here in Daytona. The field is a bit more packed together. Tracy Bennett losing a little bit of speed. I wonder what's up with that 48 car. But he's a good 5 or 6 miles an hour slower than Sheldon Gatineau, who's out in front of him. So I don't know if Bennett's going to get this one, but unfortunately that's just how Daytona goes. Brian Cox, currently your leader. And here comes Rick Taylor with a massive run. Probably got pushed by the 47 of Drew Foster there. It was a beautiful run by that 47 car. And here they are coming through the tri-oval. 1 lap to go, presented by Xfinity here in Daytona. The 47 of Drew Foster. Did not get a win this season. He came close a couple times. Unfortunately, was not able to get it. And it doesn't look like he's going to get it here in Daytona either. Travis Creighton in the equipment that he has. Very surprising that he even qualified for this race, as he got a fastest lap late in the season, which did put him in the All-Star race. But unfortunately, even in a spec series, he's not going to be able to hold on. Here comes the 71 of 72 of Alex McCumber. McCumber did not win a race. He got a fastest lap. Darren Claw, the winner from Daytona earlier in the season. Coming off the final corner. Are they going to do it? Side by side to the line. Darren Claw on the bottom. He's going to get it. Darren Claw will win the Budweiser Best of the Best Challenge. He won the Modal Breaks 300 at Daytona. He wins the Budweiser All-Star Challenge, or the Budweiser Best of the Best Challenge. Darren Claw, there is no doubt about it. He is one of the best. Darren Claw coming out of I think he's out of California, is your race winner. And with that, let's take a look at your finishing order presented by Xfinity. Darren Claw is your race winner by 2/7 thousandths of a second over Alex McCumber and his teammate Sheldon Gatineau finishing third. Greg Ramirez finished in fourth place. Travis Creighton in fifth. Had the lead for a little bit. There's Darren Claw doing a bit of a victory lap there, but your champion, Ryan Hill, does not finish within the top 5. That's unfortunate for the 18 car. Drew Foster finishing 7th. Jordan McClure 8th. Rick Taylor 9th. And Ryan Apt in 10th. Paul Rivera, Brian Cox, Tracy Bennett, and Miranda Nagayan round out the rest of the field here in the Budweiser All-Star Challenge. We hope you had an incredible time with us here on the Prodigy Racing Network. Starting a for sure start date of September 11th will be the Modal Breaks 300 at Daytona to start the second season of action. It'll be time, but thank you so much for watching here from Daytona. We hope you had an amazing time. This was your head commentator, Nicholas Koskinen with Prodigy Racing Network, and we hope you have an amazing evening.